New Tool Day Tuesday, where I share with you unique or useful tools that I myself use that I think you might be interested in. We do a lot of flashlight videos on this channel, but just as like regular work lights or utility lights or even a light like this, we typically don't do. However, after looking at the specs of this particular light, I thought they was pretty good for the price point. This is a very inexpensive light and it does a lot of cool things. I did reach out to Hotlight and I did ask them to send this to me so that I can share it with you guys. When you first open it, this is what you're going to get in a box. You're going to get the light itself, a quick start guide, a warranty card, and a USB-C cable. Now what really caught my attention was this is not a flashlight, it's just more like a utility light. Its form factor caught my attention and it does some pretty cool things, and it's pretty impressive how bright this light really is. So looking from the bottom, you can see quite a few features. You can see that there is a 1/4-20 mount. So if you had a tripod or anything that takes a 1/4-20 mount, well, this would screw right onto it. There are also two very strong magnets, making it pretty convenient to stick it to something that is metal. And then there are these two hooks. So if you wanted to hang it from a string or a guide wire or something like that, you could definitely do that. It would hang just like that. Now inside its own bracket, it's also rotatable. And as you rotate it, it clicks into place. So it's not going to lose its position once you set it. And then looking on the backside is this little rubber door. When you open it up, you can see that there's a USB-C charge port. And then there's also a USB-A output. Inside is a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So if you want to charge something small, maybe a cell phone or something like that, you could do that on this charge port in case you had an emergency. And then located right above that port is your charging indicator. Each LED represents 25%. So we're almost charged. In fact, we're just topping off our charge right now. And then operation could not be any simpler. There's basically 3 modes, and you use the power button on the top to walk through those modes. So the first click gives you a spotlight, the second click gives you a floodlight, and the third click of the button gives you a warm white light. It's more of a floodlight as well. But I'm sure the question in everybody's mind is, well, how well does it perform? And I think a good test is, well, let's take it outside and see. So this is the first mode. This is spotlight mode. And as you can see, it is lighting up the trees without any problems. And this is floodlight mode. And as you can see, it really is lighting up the backyard without any issues. It really has a good punch for such a small package. And this is the warm mode. It doesn't seem as bright because it's a very warm light, but as you can see, it's not that blinding bright white light that we typically see on some of these flashlights. Now I currently have it in flood mode, and as you can see, setting it up as a work light, this thing would be ideal. There'd be no issues working on this tractor in the middle of the night. So what are my final thoughts? Well, I'm going to tell you what, this light costs less than 20 bucks right now. And at that price, I think it's a great light. I think it's perfect if you need a little portable work light, or if you want a light maybe to go camping. The universal mounts make it really nice. It is IPX4, which means if it gets rained on, it's not going to hurt it. Another neat little feature that I notice is when the light is on, the battery indicator is also always lit. So if you're using it as a work light or even a camera light, well, you would be able to look at it really quickly and see how much battery life you had left. I think it's a great light, and at that price, I think it's going to be really hard to beat. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. At the very least, you might be entertained.